today have lost the same. My question to you is very, very simple. Are you in a relegation battle?
The answer is yes. And, you know, Charlie and others, I think Adam, they felt they were offended when I was talking about how much I didn't like the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. The reason why I have my particular rhetoric around those particular trophies is because when you start to focus on the Carabao and the FA Cup, this is what happens. That's why it's not a surprise that United is in a mess, and it's not a surprise my club is in a mess. I had Spurs fans saying that they would take 15th and a Carabao. I really hope that is the case. Whereas you know me, Pete, the panel, you know me, I've been very clear. I would never take that trophy over a top 4 finish. So when you aim low, you get low results, and that's what it is. And that's why I said I would never take Carabao. I will never take FA Cup. Because right now, the reason why Postecoglou is still in the job is because Spurs fans are living on a wing and a prayer. And when I'm saying the wing, not a bird that can fly, not an eagle, they're living on a chicken wing. You know, they honestly believe on a chicken wing that this madman, Postecoglou, might just bring us our first silverware. And my question is, was it worth it? Was it worth finishing 15th for a bloody Carabao Cup? Call it what you like. Say I'm disrespecting the heritage of football. I will tell you it wasn't bloody worth it. But hey, each to their own. And that's what's happened. That's why United's in a mess. That's why Dan is on my side of the fence now. Oh, he won a trophy. What trophy? What, the FA Cup? Yeah? I bet you Dan would happily give back that stupid Carabao Cup and that stupid FA Cup for United to be back in the top 4 all day long. And I don't need him to confirm that. I can see it in his face. So Tottenham is getting ready. If the longer Postecoglou stays, the higher the odds are that Spurs will get relegated. I've got Tottenham fans telling me Spurs can never get relegated. Well, the safety mark is 40 points. Right now, if we just mimicked what we did on the first half of the season, we scraped 43. There's no guarantee that we're staying up. None.
Deji, what happens
so we're
to
in a
the
relegation
treble?
fight, mate. Look, I can explain that, and if
hey, boys, this is therapy. I think
I've realised
you were going to need this tonight. Let's have it.
I mean, look, I know Wolfie. I've known him well enough to know that when he's on these panels, apart from he likes to give his 2 cents about his club, he's also auditioning for CNN. So I get the question and I get where it's coming from. I still believe that Postecoglou, for me, I came up with the treble because he would need to win the treble to keep his job. Or the double. Carabao Cup at this stage and where Spurs are in the league, he should lose his job. And I know a lot of Tottenham fans will say that he should stay in. I think Postecoglou is a madman. He does Russian roulette football. He's a gambler, Casino Royale. I wouldn't say the treble is still on, but I would say the treble is still very possible.
Would you take it in 15th?
Yes.
What happened to aim low and all that?
I would take the treble in 15th.
But it's Europe, isn't it?
No, because the treble, we would have outdone Arsenal. We would have outdone Arsenal in one season. Than what they've done. We would have outdone their achievement in 10 years.
You can do that with a double, bro. You can do that with a double.
Winning the Europa League, we also take up a Champions League spot. And my whole thing has been that this season, Spurs must get Champions League football. I don't care how we get it, but we must get it. So if we do the treble, Spurs is guaranteed Champions League. He can do the next 3 months. The truth is, we are supposed to be here. It's not our fault that you've got a crap squad and we've got a crap manager, because that's really what it is. I reckon I could do a better job, pay as you go, for Tottenham Hotspur. And I'm here tonight on Loaded Mag to say I'm offering my services for the Spurs job for free. Because it's that bad. I don't need to be paid a single penny. I just need to take the reins of my club and the players. So please, can everyone at Tottenham Hotspur official on this channel, Daniel Levy on Twitter, Lord Littner, Claude Littner, Alan Sugar's right-hand man, please get me on. I am ready to do the Spurs job free of charge. All I need them to do is cover my petrol to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and back.
I think you do a better job, Deji. I think at least you bring some passion and maybe some tactics.
Mate, and I think
sorted.
I honestly think I could do a better job. But I think the thing that's unforgivable is the fact that there's just no passion in the players. I've not seen any passion. The North London derby was a disgrace. There's no point talking about it. Say that again?
Do you think they've down?
Yeah, they have, Charlie. Yeah. They have 100%. They have down. They're not. Do you know what it is? When you're playing for a madman, even if you look, think about it. If you're at work and your manager's a nutcase, there's only so much you can continue to do what they're asking you to do before you say, you know what, this is bullshit. I can't be bothered. Kulusevski was like, nah, fun this. But also, the thing that I found very, very strange, if I can just say this last bit, and I know we move on to the bigger clubs. Yeah, I don't care. I didn't start. He's a madman. But what I would say is that play the players in their best positions. So at least there's less thinking to do. So on Wednesday, he played a midfield three for the first time of Bergvall, Basuma, and Papsar. It didn't work. We got killed. Today, Archie Gray's been playing as a centre-back the whole season pretty much. Today, you decided to put him right back. And he got spun by Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
My mum can tackle Calvert-Lewin. And she's 60 this year. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't understand it. It's just, he had Calvert-Lewin looking like Kane. What's this? Why would you do that? I just don't understand the logic, the thinking. It doesn't make sense. It's almost like he's self-sabotaging himself. And I'm like, not at my club. You can do that in bloody Scotland. You can do that somewhere. In fact, you can't do it in Scotland. You can't do it in Japan. But get out of my bloody club. Postecoglou is a gambler. That's all he is. And I don't want to gamble at the helm of my club anymore. So please, Loaded Mag, I'm here. You guys are friends. Clip it. And please at Daniel Levy on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
Deji, next four Premier League games. Spurs at home to Leicester, then away to Brentford, then at home to Man United, then away to Ipswich. How many points are you getting out of those next four?
Our performance is going to be a little bit like how we've been performing in the Eurovision Song Contest. I see no point.
There's a lot of 6-pointers in that.
Do you see him getting sacked though? Do you see him getting sacked now? Do you see it being untenable for him?
He let me tell you what's the craziest thing. Let me tell you what the craziest thing is. Sorry. And I promise to shut up. I actually see Spurs somehow getting past Liverpool. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how.
That'll be a Spurs thing to do.
Yeah. It would be the most Spurs-less thing to get through the Liverpool game. He gets through the Liverpool game, he stays in longer. And we'll be playing you guys, by the way, in the final. Now, the problem with getting to the final is he has to stay for the final. But the longer he stays, we lose. But I do think Tottenham could win the final against Newcastle. Win or lose the final, we're in a relegation zone. And then for me, I will say, was it worth it? One of my good friends, Tiago, big up to you, Tiago. He said it took Amorim 3 years to turn Sporting Lisbon round. United needed a big name, and they needed a big name quick. If not, the fan base weren't going to have it. But I can tell you now, and I've said this, and then, Dan, I love you like a brother. And as we go down, I'd rather give you more, with the little 10% remaining oxygen in the tank. I'm quite happy to pass that over to you, my friend, because I'm truly in the mud and I just want to end this quickly. So there's no guarantee that Amorim gets this right.
There is no.
We're all talking like he's going to get this right. There is absolutely no guarantee That is the scary part about this whole thing.
There's a limit to that. There's a limit to that. When you look at it, especially with some of the results that they've had, they can still win games. I just think it comes down to the manager. They're just not coached well.
No. This team.
Can I just say what I think it is? And big up to everyone that's locked on. There's a couple of comments that I take issue with. There's some donut, not Ryan Arsenal, but the brother that calls himself Ryan. And I take issue with him because he's saying that I come on here and put on an act. I'm talking about my club. If you don't like it, go jump, bro. I swear down. Like this, that simple. I don't really give a damn. I come to give my comments. If you're really about that life, come see us on Friday. Do you get what I'm saying? It's as simple as. And as for Peggy, you're saying that I'm clueless. You haven't even allowed me to give the context to the situation. So let me tell you the context. The context is that he took a Tottenham team that was pretty dusty under Conte and he got them to finish 5th. Now let's understand this. Conte took Spurs to 4th, just above Arsenal. Now every fan expects their team under any manager to improve. Yeah, an improvement means finishing higher than the previous position. So for me, when I predicted that under Conte, Spurs could potentially win the league, well, he bloody took them to 4th. And Conte won the league with Chelsea, his world-renowned, people respect him. Unfortunately, he lost one of his mates. He couldn't get the players he wanted. He threw his toys out the pram and he left our club. And he left our club in a mess, but not a terrible mess. Postecoglou comes in now. Front-footed football, which is what we wanted to see because it was boring on the Conte, I'm not going to lie. Takes this average Spurs team, finishes 5th. And you're thinking, wow, maybe he is something. Maybe this season he can improve on 5th. That's not unrealistic. That's not, as a fan, you're thinking, yeah, why not 4th? Why not 3rd? But the issue I've had with Postecoglou, apart from the fact that like the point Lawless is making, Dan and Don, we've continued the form that we had at the end of last season. It's followed us into this season. He fundamentally has mismanaged games. Had Postecoglou got the win against Leicester first game of the season, drawn away to Newcastle, got a draw at home to Arsenal, and even while 2-0 up at Brighton, managed to get that over the line. We are not talking about Postecoglou losing his job. But with this Russian roulette football, he lost those points early on, coupled with not turning up to Crystal Palace, not turning up at home to Ipswich, not turning up away to Bournemouth, so on and so forth. That at the end of the Brighton game, that same week, I came on here, looked you brothers in the face and said, if we do this now you see me, now you don't football, Spurs could conceivably lose 18 games this season. It's 19th of Jan and we've lost 12. So when people are asking me and telling me I'm deluded, this, that, shut your mouth. I'm using my eyes. Postecoglou is a madman. It's Russian roulette football. I'm not advocating gambling to anybody, but if anyone's ever played Russian roulette, you do win a couple of times, but you lose most of the time. That's how the game is. That's the odds. And that's what Postecoglou does. And then what he's done, which I think is extremely shameless, is he wants to hide behind the fact that we have injuries. Bournemouth had 12 men out yesterday and they slapped up Newcastle. We've got 12 players out. I can't tell you with chest that even if we had Romero and Van der Ven, we would have beaten Arsenal on Wednesday. So what's the point talking about it? He had every tool in his armory to stop this. He said he has to keep playing Pedro Porro. He has to keep playing Udogie when they're on their last legs. Jed Spencer's come in and has been our best wing-back. Then we're talking about Reguilon is there. Why can't Reguilon get a game? Maybe 1 or 2 games, get a game. Why did he have to play Van der Ven and Romero against Chelsea? They've just come back. Why not lose to Chelsea? Let them rest that weekend and we would have had them for a few more games. Decision-making after decision-making has been poor. That is the truth. And I'm not backing this guy any longer. The only reason why this brother is still in the job is because of you. You, Dan, you, Lawless, you, D, you, Don. And don't talk to me. Don't say hi to me on Friday. And for those people in the chat, it's all your fault. Because you tried to convince me and my club, and these pussyholes have been watching this channel, that the Carabao Cup is bigger than anything we've seen since last year. And I've been warning people that when you aim for the Carabao Cup, are you ready for what comes with it? Because in this quest of, I don't mind finishing 5th, Edge, as long as we win silverware. Really? Really? Because we're 15th right now and going down quick. Yeah? In this quest for the Carabao Cup, this is what we've produced. That's why United are in the mess. Shaking their bum. Yeah, we won the FA and Carabao Cup. What did that get you? Where's your winning mentality? Because that's what you guys told me. When you win these trophies, it's a step towards bigger things. Yeah, I've not seen that from Arsenal. I've not seen that from United. I've not seen that from any of your clubs on this panel. Yet you try and convince me about that crap week in, week out. Tottenham is legitimately in the mud. I'm not going to lie to you. Postecoglou is out of his depth. He stands there looking out the window like it's some sort of R&B tune. Yeah. Because he's completely clueless. And the reason why Postecoglou hasn't lost his job is because guess what? Advantage Spurs in the Carabao Cup. And legitimately, the most Spursy of Spursy thing could happen. Spurs could finally win that piece of silverware and go down with it, like the Titanic. Go down, go bloody down with the Carabao Cup if that's what if you want it so bad. That's what is happening at my club. No standards. Imagine Spurs winning the Carabao Cup and going down. Bun it. Bun that rubbish. Postecoglou needs to go and needs to go now, but Tottenham won't do it. And I believe Postecoglou is mad enough to stink out a result at Anfield somehow, and we're in the final. That means Postecoglou is in the job for a few more weeks, and we go further down the table. Everton win their game in hand. They're 1 point behind Spurs.
Okay.
Let that sink in. And the issue also is the spicy Spurs, the red Tottenham, Scots Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers Arsenal. Let me tell you why. I think Daniel Levy and the Spurs fan base are legitimately thinking that we are Arsenal in disguise. They're literally sitting there going, you know what? Arteta in his second season had a woeful season, but look what he did in season 3. Yes, but Postecoglou is not Arteta. We are playing with our Premier League lives. There is no proof that Postecoglou will turn Tottenham round in season 3 or manage to go on a run. There's no proof of it. The proof we do have is that he's mad enough to allow my club to receive 18 L's in a single season. He has to go and he needs to go. Now, personally, I wish Manchester Airport went direct to Melbourne. I would have told him to pick up his flight tonight from Manchester Airport. In fact, he's got to bloody come down to London before picking up a flight from Heathrow. He's rubbish. No, I'm not going to lie. No side was telling me that there's a delusional part of the Arsenal fan base that, one, believe in Arteta, and even despite the crap, they still think they're going to do something. And I said, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I've never seen them. I've met them today. Casey and Jojo are moving like you. Casey and Jojo, and you men are moving like Jodeci. You men are moving like an R&B tune.
Brother,
you men moving. What's this?
is crazy.
You sit there. I don't understand, yeah. I don't understand how you man can really think, yeah, that for starters, the first point Keys made, that any other manager can do better than what Arteta's doing with his squad.
Weird, right? It's so weird. But damn, surely you must be. And look, I came into this stream together. I came in on my ones. I'll leave on my ones. It's like that. You get me? Surely you must be Ange. Look, man, this thing is all down to Ange. The injuries, the losing of games, the pussyclartness, the mismanagement. You get me? And then what he's doing now is he's doing things he's never done. Why go 10 games of the same formation and then on Wednesday you try something different with a new midfield? Archie Gray should have just been centre back with Dragushin, or Archie Gray and Ben Davis. Yeah, put Jed Spence on the right, play Regulon. That's who you got. He keeps saying he ain't got man them, but he does have man them. That can do a job.
I don't think. Look. What I will say, Dej, that the loss, 100% this game. I can't look at no one else but Ange for this game. We have more than enough to get through Everton. Everton are shit. They've scored 10% of their goals this season against us.
Man United is one of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life. I don't give a damn what anyone says. They are crap. They are crusty. Them and West Ham. I knew. The difference is I knew they were that crap. Them man were moving like Stevie Wonder, Budgie. You get me? These men were moving like Ray Charles. Don't know what these men were thinking. Even when they were shaking their bum for Amarin, I was like, bro, chill out, bro. And now they're seeing Wagwan. What I didn't fathom, because man has to just be a bit articulate right now, is that my club would be just as muddied. So the truth of the matter is, Man United is worse than Spurs. But that don't make two wrongs, don't make it right. Do you understand? But Tottenham will finish above United, that's for sure.
100% we are finishing above United. Let me just clarify that.
You've been consistent.
Consistently shit.
Club, I'm not gonna lie. Legitly, Tottenham is fully in the mud. The difference between us though and you, man, though, is you were wishing on taking L's because you wanted a new manager. You've got your new manager and you're still taking L's. Pause.
Yeah, regardless.
Don't even need to wish them now, Deji. It gets them.
Let's be real. Tottenham is going to change this manager. So at least I got something to look forward to. As for you, you know, you're just muddied.